Hey everybody, Knick-Knack here, and welcome to the second episode of the RepART of Fighting. For those who are new to the series, the RepART of Fighting is an episodic video game news segment of my channel, in which I talk about some recent fighting game news and give my overall impression on the topic. Now before I start, I'd like to give a big thanks to people who watched my pilot episode, and thanks to people who are watching this episode. So with those big thank yous out of the way, let's start episode 2. To start off today's episode, I'm gonna be talking about some pretty old news from maybe about a month or a few weeks ago. As some of you already know, the RPG series known as DotHack is getting its own fighting game, and to go with it, the game is also getting an anime film based off the franchise. Pretty much, it looks like it's in the same style of what Tekken Hybrid did. As for what has been shown from the trailers and screenshots, the game looks like it's in the same style as those Naruto Storm games, but with more aerial combat. So getting into my opinion on this, personally, I didn't even have any interest at all with those Naruto fighting games, because I feel there's way too much of them, and I think they're all style, no substance. But I'll sooner or later get Storm 2 just to play as Lars from Tekken. However, despite the assumption that DotHack Versus will pretty much be like those Naruto games, I'm pretty excited for it, because it combines two of my favorite genres, of course. Plus, I'm assuming it will be priced pretty good, since Tekken Hybrid was like $40. Let's hope we see more info on it, as well as a North American release date. Next piece of news I'd like to talk about also began somewhere near March, and that's the Tekken Crunch Street Fighter voting poll. For those who don't know about this, on Namco's Facebook, the company has created this poll available to all Facebook users, in which you guys can vote on which 5 Tekken and Street Fighter characters should make it into Tekken Crunch Street Fighter. Well, it sorta lets you choose, because according to Harada, the director of Tekken, the poll's results does not guarantee and determine who's making it into the roster. Me personally, I don't have Facebook, but I think this idea is both good and bad at the same time. On the good side, it gives us a chance to see characters that haven't been in Street Fighter or Tekken for a while, like Remy or Forrest Law. Like, come on people, I haven't seen Remy in the Street Fighter game for a while, so I would love to see him in this, or I hope so. Now on the bad side, however, I can see some people abusing the system by pulling a game spot, in which people vote for characters that aren't non-staple to the franchises and make it like a whole big fucking mess. Like, have you seen GameSpot's voting polls and shit? Yeah. Like, imagine if Tekken Crunch Street Fighter had like characters like Street Fighter the movie characters, or 3 forms of Jack. Yeah, you guys understand all about that mumbo jumbo? Yeah, sorry. But overall, it seems like a great idea nonetheless, because it kinda shows the Tekken creators care about their fans. Or so I think. And the last piece of fighting game news is something that was shown a few days ago, and that of course is the rumored PlayStation Super Smash Bros. Game has finally been revealed, and is titled PlayStation AllStars Battle Royale. For those that have been living under a rock these past few months, rumors of a Sony Super Smash Bros. Was floating throughout the internet, with a screenshot of an in-game Sweet Tooth to boot. Now a few months have passed, and the rumors are official. From what has been shown is the usual 2D side-scrolling crazy beat-em-up action that we've seen plenty of times, with the rumored characters being confirmed, and stages that consist of fusing the sayings of 2 Sony titles into one, such as Hades from God of War fighting Patapon, and the Hydra from God of War, invading a Ratchet & Clank world, to give some examples. So getting into my take on it, I'm mixed on it, and before some Sony fanboys get mad at me, let me explain. Now first of all, I'm a big Sony fan, as some of you might already know with my pickup vids, and seeing the amount of fan service this game is getting was very fucking amazing. However, in my opinion, I'm not as excited for this game as I would be with a new Super Smash Bros. First of all, it's because of the appearance. If you look at the gameplay, the characters look too muddy, dark, and kinda small on the screen, and that to me is a problem, because with all the chaos that will happen throughout, there's a chance that people might be confused with what's happening. But besides that, the biggest problem I have with this title is the reveal of it overall. Tell me, Sony, why did you announce this just right now and not wait to reveal it at E3? You guys have pretty much shot yourselves in the foot, because this game would have been more exciting to hear about at E3 rather than out of nowhere. This right here is one of your problems people be saying with your conferences. You announce this shit early, yet still show it to us at the conference, as many people are assuming, which, you know, decreases the excitement of it. But getting back into the topic, I still need to hear more about it to give my overall thoughts on where to get or not. Still though, I don't think it's going to be as bad as the last Sony crossover game that was made, because Sony Santa Monica is partly behind this title, and that's a good thing to hear. Now if you watched my pilot episode, I gave a rundown of a couple of titles that were released right now, just in case if you find game fans kinda forgot about a certain title coming out this month or stuff. I'm here to do that again, considering there is a pretty decent amount of fighting games that have been released just last month and this month. On April 10th, the XBLA and PSN title called Skullgirls has finally been released, and I've heard some good stuff about that game. April 25th on the iOS store, we've got another port of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which looks meh. At May 1st, Mortal Kombat 9 has hit the Vita, which looks like it's a game worth getting because of all the extra goodies it has. May 8th, us North Americans are finally getting Phantom Breaker after how many fucking months of delay. But to be honest, I'm not really sure if it's going to be good, but you don't have to take my word for it. Or like, yeah. And last on May 11th, the PC guys will be getting Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which I'll just finally end it there. So that was episode 2 of my weekly or monthly or whatever fighting game news series, the RepART of Fighting. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching. Take it easy, and until next vid.